I'm really excited to share this tutorial with you today. This is absolutely my favorite thing that I've ever created, and I've never seen anything else like it. So I'm excited to share this with you today. I was looking at a tea bag because I was tea dyeing some paper, and I thought, this is a cute shape. I wonder if I can turn this into something to use in my pocket letters or art journaling or happy mail. And ta-da! Paper tea bags! I'm so excited about this. These are all made from scraps. I'm going to show you some tips and tricks, what to do, what not to do. Grab your scraps, a pair of scissors, or a paper cutter, and we are ready to go. Here is our little paper tea bag, and it is constructed exactly like a traditional tea bag that you unwrap and pull out. It has the little tag with the string, and on the back, I did not want to put staples on this. First off, this would be way too thick to staple because you're folding paper and folding paper and folding paper. I used hot glue, and I just think it looks prettier to not have a staple personally. But this is the base that you have. You can make it fancier than this. This paper is fancy enough. I'm not going to add anything to it. I like it just the way it is. But I'm going to show you how to make a Halloween tea bag, and we're going to make it a little bit fancier. Some things to keep in mind. When you're choosing your paper, this paper was very, very thick. What happens is when you fold it over, it does not want to behave on this side. Now if I hot glue, it will absolutely stay down, but do yourself a favor and pick a scrap that's not as thick to start with. It's going to be easier to fold and work with. This will work, this thick, and it stands up beautifully. This one stands up too, maybe. Yep, they stand up. Oh, they're so cute. But I will show you a trick, if you do use heavier paper, how to make it not so bulky at the top. I'm cutting this at 4 1/4 wide by 7, approximately 7. My trimmer doesn't go out that far without putting out the arm, so I overhang it a little bit, approximately 7. And you're all set. That is the size of your paper. Flip it over to the back. If you don't have a ruler, I think everybody has a ruler. If you want to cheat and don't want to measure, you can fold it very gently at the top there to get your middle. I will measure. So 2 1/8. Again, estimate, because I pulled a ruler that doesn't have, oh, I guess it does down here. But we're gonna 2 1/8 right there. And 2 1/8 up here. Now, you need to have a little bit of an overlap. This paper, this first fold that you're gonna make, you're going to actually fold a little bit past the halfway mark. I don't want you to have to measure some weird amount. So just fold over. Here's your halfway, and you're going to go a little bit farther than halfway. Okay, that doesn't look straight, but whatever. Does not matter. Then you're going to take your other side and make sure that there is some overlap. And it's approximately going to be 2 inches. It's a little shy of 2 inches, but that's perfect. Now you have this. There's a little bit of overlap. And you want this piece to fold over as close to the middle as possible. The first one you want to go past the middle. The second one you want to have pretty much lined up spot on in the middle. Go ahead and take some glue. I'm using cheap glue from the Dollar Tree. Works just fine for this part. A little too much. And there we go. Okay, that's gonna dry. Next step, you're gonna fold this in half with the seam on the outside. So you want to fold the right sides together in half. So you can still see the seam on top, that you know you're folding it the right way. That is your first crease. Make sure you crease that one really, really well. Okay. You want to make sure that your fold on this side is at the same size, same place as this side. Otherwise, it won't stand up. If it's not perfect, no big deal. It'll still look really pretty. It just won't stand up. This one, I folded a little bit off and it's a little lopsided. So, your next fold, you're going to fold on that little line. So you have this. One side is longer than the other. This is the short side, this is the long side. Take your long side and fold it up so that the bottom lines up. And there you have your tea bag fold. So the middle is a valley, and then you have two peaks at the bottom. It makes like a V. So let me show you that one more time. Piece of paper. Fold right sides together in the middle. Fold about 3/8 of an inch this way. Flip over. Take your longer piece, 3/8 of an inch, you're going to match up and fold it this way. So everything lines up and you end up with this. Ta-da! Alright, now that this part is done, this is where you can choose to fill it. If you're sending it to somebody, it's a pocket letter, or you could put a secret note in there and you could say, "Open me." You could put stickers in there. Let me show you, for example, some sequins. I can just put some sequins in here. Da, 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 da. Voila. Okay. It's a little surprise. In there. Now, last step for the folding, you're going to fold down one corner, you're going to fold down two corners, and fold down the top. Just like a tea bag. This is why I say stapling would be difficult, because tea bags are made out of that really, really, really fine material, not paper. This is where I use the hot glue to glue this down. And oh, you can't hear the stuff because we smushed it, but the sequins are in there. I promise they're in there. Okay. You do have an option. If this is too bulky, what you can do, still fold it down. So here's your tea bag. Fold it down, fold it down. Okay, you have a crease. There's two layers here. You have the option to trim the bottom layer. Cut this off at the crease. It will still seal. If you put something in there, it will still be sealed up, but it won't be nearly as bulky. And it just looks a little bit nicer, I think. But it depends on how thick your paper is. All right. Last step, you need to make your string and your little tail tag, whatnot, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to decorate my Halloween tea bag with this scrap that I have of Halloween paper, and instead of making the square type of tag, I'm going to use one of these little pumpkins as my tag. And I'm going to use, I think, these two because they're about the same size. Okay, those are about the same shape. I can trim them up in a minute. And then you need some string. The string can be whatever you want. You can use yarn or dental floss or embroidery floss. I'm using crochet cotton, pearl cotton, old vintage stuff. You're going to measure, how much did I use here? 7 inches. 7 inches is the go-to number for this project. Approximately 7 inches. You don't need to measure, you can make it as long or as short as you want, but that's what we're going with. Sequins already in there. We're going to glue gun this. First, glue your triangle flaps down. And then, before you glue this part, you could also trim this extra layer here, but it doesn't matter. I like having a little bit of substance at the top. Then you want to make sure that you catch your string when you glue this top part. Okay. And here's the finished product. I cut out some of the pumpkins and the eyes from the scrap of Halloween paper that I had, made the tag, put some rhinestone stickers from the Dollar Tree, and here you go. Ready to be sent to a pen pal or in a pocket letter or Happy Mail. It folds nice and flat. Even with the bling on it and the sequins in there, it would fit perfectly into a pocket letter. And you can go crazy with decorating them. I am going to do another tutorial with making tea bags. I'm going to try to use the clear plastic so that you could see the sequins, so a modified shaker pocket. And also I'm going to show you how to make one out of tulle. You do need some sewing for that one, but again, with the tulle you would be able to see through it and see what's inside. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.